Have you ever been in an argument, 100% certain you were right, only to find out later that you were completely wrong? It's a frustrating feeling, but what if I told you that being wrong is a fundamental part of how your brain is wired? The uncomfortable truth is, your mind doesn't always want to be right. It just wants to feel right. Our brains are masters of illusion, constantly taking mental shortcuts to navigate a complex world. These shortcuts, known as cognitive biases, are designed for speed and efficiency, not for accuracy. They create a version of reality that feels comfortable and correct, even when it's completely distorted. In the next few minutes, we are going to pull back the curtain on these mental tricks and reveal why your own mind might be your most convincing liar. Let's start with the illusion of certainty. Your brain despises uncertainty. It's like a void that needs to be filled. When faced with incomplete information, your mind doesn't wait for all the facts. Instead, it automatically fills in the gaps with assumptions, past experiences, and guesses. Think about that argument you had with a friend over a shared memory. You both remembered it differently, yet you were both convinced your version was the correct one. This happens because your brain constructed a complete, coherent story, and once that story is built, it feels as real as the memory itself. Psychologists have shown time and again that our confidence in our memories has almost no relationship to how accurate they actually are. We feel certain, not because we're right, but because our brain has successfully eliminated the discomfort of not knowing. This brings us to the cognitive biases that trick you every single day. First up is confirmation bias, the superstar of self-deception. Your brain actively seeks out information that confirms what you already believe and ignores anything that challenges it. If you think a certain political candidate is untrustworthy, you'll notice every negative news story about them and dismiss the positive ones as biased. Next is the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is where people with low ability at a task overestimate their own skill. It's the amateur who thinks they're an expert because they don't know enough to recognize their own mistakes. Then there's the framing effect, where the way information is presented dramatically changes your decision. Would you rather buy ground beef that is 80% lean or 20% fat? It's the same product, but one frame feels much better. Finally, the availability heuristic makes us believe that things we can easily recall are more common or important. We worry more about plane crashes than car accidents, simply because dramatic plane crash stories are more vivid and available in our memory. So, why does the brain reward being wrong? It's all about survival and comfort. Admitting we're wrong can feel like a threat to our ego and our identity. If you've built your self-image around being a smart, rational person, evidence to the contrary can cause genuine psychological pain. Sticking to your beliefs, even when they're flawed, protects your ego. It also strengthens social belonging. We align our beliefs with our tribe, whether it's our family, our friends, or our political party. Agreeing with the group feels safe and rewarding, while disagreeing can lead to social isolation. In the fast-paced environment our brains evolved in, making a quick, good enough decision was often more important for survival than making a slow, perfectly accurate one. Speed trumped accuracy. Your brain prioritizes feeling safe and certain over being objectively correct. This silent process shapes every corner of your life. In relationships, it leads to misunderstandings where both partners feel they are the reasonable one. In politics, it fuels polarization, as we become trapped in echo chambers that reinforce our existing views. At work, it might cause you to stick with a bad strategy simply because it was your idea. Even your perception of yourself is skewed. You might overestimate your good qualities and downplay your flaws because your brain is wired to maintain a positive self-image. We are all living in a personalized reality, curated by our own biases. But here's the empowering part. You can learn to catch yourself. The key is to shift from fast automatic thinking to slow, deliberate thinking. This is what psychologists call System 2 thinking. Start by simply asking yourself, what if I'm wrong about this? Actively look for evidence that disproves your own beliefs. This is called seeking disconfirming evidence, and it's a powerful antidote to confirmation bias. Practice cognitive humility, the simple acceptance that your perspective is limited and you might not have all the answers. So the next time you feel that surge of absolute certainty, pause and ask yourself, is this real? Or is it just my brain making me feel good? Follow MindSnap for more videos that challenge the way you think. Thanks for watching.